most men don't understand. And I'm not condoning crime, people. But that's why they say a lot of dumb criminals.
Yeah.
You get El Chapo, who was in the mountains, got caught because he did an interview with one actor.
Sean Penn.
Sean Penn.
Yeah.
And he also came out the mountain to get tacos.
To get tacos, yeah. He went to prison over some tacos. Those must have been the best tacos ever.
For some effing tacos, man.
Look, OJ, you gotta hand it to him. He kept it gangster to the end. Everyone's, waiting for the deathbed confession. Never happened.
Yeah, never happened. That's in the movies, ladies and gentlemen. Stop thinking people, when they get ready to die, they're going to confess to stuff.
Never happened.
That's just the movies.
He owed $30 million to the Brown and Goldman family.
Yes.
He paid like $130,000.
$130,000.
Was living his best life in Miami.
Was doing it.
Golfing. He had his pension. He had his house. He hid all his money. In fact, I came extremely close to setting up an interview with him. Yeah, I don't think I told you this story. So I DM'd him one day on Twitter because he was heavy on Twitter. He was posting up football predictions and whatever else. So I just DM'd him. I said, "Hey, interested in doing an interview with him, with you?" He's like, "Okay, talk to this guy." Because, now that he's dead, basically it was revealed he had all these cash businesses on the side.
Which is smart.
Yeah, he was paying people to play golf with him. He had this guy here. And like, this so fits into the narrative. Because I talked to the guy and I said, "Look, I want to do this OJ interview." He's like, "Oh, how much can you offer?" So I'm like, "Most I could do is $100,000.
Right.
And at first he passed. That's not enough. Oprah's offering us $250,000 or something. I'm like, well, I ain't got Oprah money.
Yeah,
so.
right.
You go with her. So then a while later, he called me back. He's like, "Okay, something that he wants to do it, but he doesn't, if you get too deep into like the murder question, into the blood evidence, he's going to walk out or whatever. But, if you just keep it that part light, he's going to do it." I said, "All right, cool. $100,000. Let's do it." He said, "All right, we're going to need the money in cash." I said, "Okay." Check with my CFO. She was like, "All right, well, they fill out a W-9. They do an invoice. We do a cash withdrawal. Everything's on the up and up."
Yes.
Cool. We could do it.
Okay.
All right, cool. Give you the $100,000. I'm going to want all the money before he walks in the room.
Okay.
I said, "No, I'm not doing that."
Why?
Because what if I give him the money, he drives off? He already owes someone $30 million. What's the extra $100,000?
Will he be right there when you get, right there?
I'm not going to hand it to him. I'm going to hand it to his man.
Oh, no, I can see it, but I have to see it. I don't mind giving it to you if I see him.
Yeah, what if he drives off?
Okay.
Let me tell you something. I paid DMX $15,000 for an interview. They insisted on getting up front. DMX died. Wow. He rescheduled, and then the rescheduling turned into a bunch of rescheduling, and he's moving around, whatever else, and then he dies.
Yeah, it can happen.
So when people tell me, "No, we're good for it, I got you," I just tell them the DMX story. Can you convince me that he won't die? No, you can't. So therefore, this is not a serious conversation.
Makes sense.
I said, "I'll give you half up front and then half after the interview."
And that makes sense.
He said no.
No, then there's no deal.
I said, "I'll tell you what, I'll give you $75,000 up front and $25,000 at the end." No.
Okay, then something's wrong.
Something's wrong. I said, "Listen, you want me to trust a guy that owes $30 million and is not paying?"
No. You did the right thing.
Right.
If that's more than fair. More than fair.
I'm right there. I'd have the cash. I'd have my security.
Right.
You could have your security.
Yeah, more than fair.
But my whole thing was, he's like, "Well, as long as you don't ask the wrong question, he's going to sit there and talk." And I'm like, "Well, I'm not supposed. What if I ask the wrong question 10 minutes in? He walks out. I'm not going to shoot him. I'm going to watch my money walk out the door."
Absolutely.
So, and that's what I found in life. I want everyone to pay very close attention.
Okay.
The people that I have the most issues with working with business-wise are scammers themselves.
Understand.
When you deal with regular business people, "Hey, do this interview, do this job, I'll pay you after." Okay, no problem. I know you, Vlad. You have a reputation.
Yeah.
You don't have a reputation of not paying people. We're going to be right there. I'll give you the check before you walk out the room.
Right.
I'll wire it before you go. I'll be like, "Okay, cool, no problem." But when you deal with the scammers, the guys who have a history of ripping people off, I remember we had this problem with Ric Flair at one point. They wanted to do an interview and they insisted on having it up front. You look into his history, he owes a bunch of people money, he's been sued or whatever else. these type of people who scam people are so scared that karma will come back and they'll get scammed.
Right.
They create ridiculous situations to try to protect themselves to the point where people will just not work with them. Regular businesses. So you end up losing money yourself. OJ could have had an extra 100,000.
Easy.
To talk for like 3 hours.
Right.
I'm upset because it would have been his only real life story interview. It doesn't exist anymore. But I don't regret my decision because I still have to protect the company.
Understand.
I can't take a $100,000 loss.
No.
I might actually go and try to beat up OJ.
Right. Yeah, 100,000.
I might catch a case myself.
100,000, 100,000.
100,000 is 100,000.
100,000, 100,000, sir. Trust me, 100,000, 100,000.
So it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
No matter what level you're on.
Yes.